don't delete. We gotta show our search history. Russell, let's start with you. Most recent searches.
All right, let me go to Google Chrome, which is my browser of choice.
Interesting.
Amsterdam boat rides, Arc de Triomphe, because I'm going on my little trip.
Sure.
Caitlin Clark money is also on here. Fun things to do in Paris.
So a lot of planning for your trip.
Hey, there's a lot of scrolling that you rolling by right now.
No, but it was just like a lot of trip stuff which I talked about already. Robitussin is on there.
Right.
Roma Dunze. Look, does it not say Robitussin?
Did you Robitussin and Roma Dunze?
back to
back is
That's crazy. But yes.
All right.
Interesting. Interesting back to back.
I'll just get you the morning searches. So I had strawberry whey protein isolate, Amazon, because I'm gonna get a little delivery there. CFB stats, I had a whole bunch of pages pulled up so I could prep for red corner, blue corner. I had the 100 best R&B songs of the 21st century. I also Googled Betty Boop last night, and this is a wild thing with my cousin Nicole. She's a huge Betty Boop person, and I had just started thinking about my cousin, and then I started thinking about Boop, and I was like, I haven't seen Betty Boop in a little minute, and I was like, but what's the backstory? And so I went on the Wikipedia page.
Interesting.
Yeah.
This is fun. Okay, I have Christina Aguilera, her residency. She just started it.
Are you
so
gonna go see a show?
I would love to go see her in person. Yeah, she just started one at the Venetian.
Field trip.
Saw it all on TikTok, so I was like, how much are the tickets? They're expensive, in case you're wondering. But you got to be for your girl, Christina, there. A lot of menus. Planta, it was a good restaurant here in Chicago, vegan restaurant. I wasn't expecting it to be good, but it was actually really good, so I got the menu up there. All these restaurants are doing the scan the QR code here for menus.
Yeah,
I
save
don't
the
like
earth.
that. I guess if you're at a vegan restaurant, I guess that makes sense. And then I got JJ McCarthy stats, so nothing really exciting here. Oh, and J. Crew, I was doing a little shopping last night.
J. Crew has been on my Instagram sending me ads, by the way.
Who is this?
J. Crew.
J. Crew? Okay.
Yeah, like they come up in my timeline. They're trying to get me to buy sweaters right now.
Or maybe Maddie's looking at some J. Crew and then it like isn't.
She better
letting you
not be,
know.
because she told me we were doing no spend January.
I heard it.
I am not spending. So
I heard
if she's
it.
spending,
No
we are
spending.
going to be.
That's what she said.
You gotta buy stuff for the baby. You're gonna be a father in 2 months, 3
Listen,
months.
we already
Looking at your watch, to
We
see
already
the
did.
calendar. is
Time's a
crazy.
ticking, Joshua.
plenty of spending for that.
Well, I gotta think about what I'm gonna get you as a gift. But anyways, I could do that later. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Clubhouse. We got Joshua, future daddy Joshua. We got Russell Dorsey.
I'm gonna get my nephew
and I'm Brooke
something.
Fletcher.
He gonna be fly.
We
He
like
is.
Baby
I can't
Dior.
wait. I love shopping for baby clothes
What?
here.
Baby, what?
Baby Dior.
No, you have to wait till you're an adult to get
a little
that.
out my-
I am going to. What Target brand? Goodfellow.
Tarjay to
Wow.
They have great T-shirts.
That's not even the
You
baby
ain't both
brand.
wear them.
That's not even the baby brand.
you. Anyways, we'll discuss this later because we have to talk some
What a baby
NBA
need
right
Dior
now.
for?
Baby Dior. They're
you
gonna
ballin'.
grow out of it.
If you
They're gonna
ballin'.
grow out of it so quickly.
But I'm not.
But if the
The
baby's
NBA,
balling,
they have released
daddy
the
ballin'.
first return of AllStar Fan Votes. Giannis leads all players with LeBron close behind, and this season's breakout star, Tyrese Halliburton, man, he leads all Eastern Conference guards in votes. So guys, knee-jerk reactions to this whole list here.
Well, I love the love for Tyrese Halliburton because I think he's having a phenomenal year and really deserves to start in the All-Star game. And it's nice for even a guy playing in Indiana that fans acknowledge just how good he's been this year.
I agree with that. Giannis also, being the leading vote getter to me, and LeBron being up there, obviously we know he's a fixture and he is the guy, but it just feels like that turning of the tide is coming sooner than later. And Giannis has been one of those guys that we have consistently talked about as an international star and somebody who's marketable globally and somebody who is like a fun personality. And I think that, when the fans get involved, they gravitate toward the man, and he's balling.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think so too. All right, well, there's a whole lot of names on there, so let's break this down into 3 tiers. So first off, we got the just this once tier, meaning they're on the leaderboard now, but we probably won't see them in the final return. So who sticks out to you guys?
What's my dude's name?
I'm gonna go with
Şengün?
Yeah.
Segun.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah.
Alfred Sengun.
He got more votes than Victor Wembanyama, which was actually surprising. But he has actually been a bright
He's played
spot
good
for
ball.
the Rockets this
played
season
good
here. He leads the team in scoring and in rebounding as well. So I think this is great for him, like putting his name on the map here. But I don't know if we're going to see him make it all the way.
I don't think so. Another one I would say, and he's right there at the bottom for the guards at the Western Conference, Austin Reeves. Like, we don't know how much he's going to be playing.
No.
Right? Like, it's really hard to get an All-Star bid if you're a guy who's not consistently getting the minutes that you were a year ago when you were probably playing at an All-Star level toward the end of the year. So great to see his name because I think the dude is a baller, but if he's not on the court in regular rotation, then we just don't know.
One thing I want to say, it was great to see Tyrese Maxey getting his flowers because I think after they traded James Harden, I think that just has allowed him to really shine on the Sixers. They've been playing really well here, and he's playing like all-star caliber basketball right now. So shout out to him because he's finally getting the recognition he deserves there.
I'm with you.
All right, well, let's get on to the next one. It's called See Ya Again, players that will probably make the final All-Star team, but won't necessarily be there next year. All right, who you think?
Where we at on Kuzma?
I'm out.
Yeah.
I just don't know how good Kuzma actually is on a team that is competing for a title. Like, is it empty cows?
I feel very similarly. That's why I'm saying that, because I think if you know he's productive, but it's a bunch of production leading to nothing.
I have another one, DeMar DeRozan. I think the Bulls have they squeezed the absolute most out of DeMar DeRozan, and he's played arguably some of the best basketball of his career here in Chicago at the back end when I don't think a lot of people knew what to expect. But to continue to expect him to perform at this level would be almost unfair.
Here's a controversial one. How about Chet Holmgren?
Don't do that. In his rookie year,
Chet balling.
I mean, he's balling right now, but does that necessarily mean he's going to sustain?
You heard it here first, that Chet was going to be better than Wemby.
We sure did. Now, we don't know if that's going to be true yet. We still got a lot of time to see if that pans out.
Where's Wemby at on here? Exactly.
Well, he's on an awful team. And
he's not higher than
He's
Chet.
on the list.
He ain't higher than Chet.
No, but he's on a bad team, and he's on the list. All right.
I'm sorry, that face. He's like,
It's nasty work, dude.
stop looking at me like that. All right, this one is easy. It's the perpetual All-Stars. You got your LeBrons, your Giannis's, and your Anthony Davises here. So who else do we need to add to that?
Russ is going to put his boy Chet up there.
Well, I was going to put Tyrese Halliburton.
You heard it here
but
first.
I think Tyrese Halliburton has gotten himself into that this is an all-NBA type of player for the next decade.
I'm not going to disagree with that. Not going to disagree with that. Give me Joel Embiid, me. How about that? I mean, you know, we had the argument really once the season ended about was the MVP fully deserved. But I think what we're seeing right now is we know that he's one of the best players in the NBA on a year-to-year basis.
All right, well, speaking of a perpetual All-Star, let's talk about our guy Giannis here. And he caught everybody's attention with his comments post-game.
You have that, and you think about it. Now, when you go back home and you sleep and you wake up, you think about it. Now, when you go back and work out, you think about it. You know, when you're about to get freaky at night, you think about it. You know?
Okay, he has been on one this season, but he took a little pause before he said that last one. He was like, should I say it? You know what? I'm going to say it. What do you think?
I think Giannis is sometimes he a freak out boy.
A freak what?
A freak out boy.
A freak out boy?
Just say it.
Freak ass boy.
Oh, yeah.
Because a couple of weeks ago, when they lost a game, and he was like, how many games do we have left? 69? Ooh, 69. I like that number. I like that. So I think that's just the time that Giannis be on. And you can tell by the laughter, he's saying it in jest.
I know.
But why now? Why is he getting so comfortable now to be
because
saying
I'm
these
gonna tell you right now.
remarks?
Yeah, when you're, you know, one of the most notable players in the NBA, I think you earn the right to be on demon time at the office.
If he was a
But
rookie, you'd be
LeBron,
like, whoa.
is he saying all those foul
Well,
things.
no, but that's
different
not.
people.
They're different people. That's not
can't
who he
be
is.
different.
And I think the point about it too
like, I'm gonna be
is
a
as
freak.
long as you're making your jokes whatever and you're not being creepy and making people feel uncomfortable. Like, I think we all enjoy seeing this side of Giannis. Like, he's
Yes.
getting his little
we
jokes off.
know he's a jokester.
Right, and
Zora's
that's
told
who
us
we
this
know him
plenty
to
times.
be. So why not lean into this part of the joking too?
Listen,
However.
I think it's hilarious and it's great content for us to talk about, but I was just shocked. I was like, I mean, he's in a great mood.
I do want to make
all
this
the
clear
time.
though. When you do get home and you get your little freaky deaky on, that is the one time that you are allowed to forget about whatever issues you're dealing with at work. And I know that there are some professions that require you to take work home. There are some professions where you need to be focused 24/7 on the objective at hand. But that 24/7 is really just an analogy. And there's probably that little time when, you and your partner are doing your thing where you don't get to think about that. You should be thinking 100% focused on what you're doing at that point.
You should stay in the moment, stay present for everybody out there. The three of us are as professional as it comes, but I don't think anybody here in the height of passion is thinking about this show, nor should they.
Nah, no. Sorry, y'all.
Stay present. Stay
Thank you.
present.
We're going to end on that. Okay. Let's take a break on that note.
Stay present.
It's the final week of
Be in the room.
NFL regular season. So who's singing their swan songs this weekend? So we'll find out on the other side of the break. Stick around.
Welcome back to the Clubhouse. It's the last week of the regular season and NFL, so this might be the last time we see some big names in their current spots. Let's start with one, Saquon Barkley. Is this his last game as a New York Football Giant?
Yeah, I think so. I think there was a lot of consternation during the offseason about contract situation. Do you give him a contract and whole franchise tag? And they're like, we like to pay Daniel Jones. And I don't think he was very happy about that. And then the quarterback ends up getting hurt, and he's the only dude kind of left around there standing like, hey, bro, I feel like y'all didn't really appreciate me. So I'm not exactly sure he's going to want to be there. And so I see him in a different uniform next year.
Well, he recently did say he wants to be a Giant for life, but it's out of his control. I think he's just doing a lot of this, talking. But he wants to go somewhere else.
He's a big say the right thing guy.
He is.
And I respect that because handling the way things they handle it, I can see how it's tough to be like, I'm going to be a good soldier, but that's what he's wanted to do, but I do think this is the end.
Well, and other teams, they pay attention to how players are reacting to this adversity. So, he's just keeping a clean slate.
I also think he doesn't want to have that fan base turn against him either.
That's true.
Like,
That's
if we're being completely honest about that.
Yeah, that is true.
All right. Goodbye, Saquon Barkley in
Bye-bye.
New York. All right, let's go to Justin Fields here in Chicago. The Bears have the #1 overall pick. They secured that over the weekend. There's a lot of buzz about their potential to draft one of the young quarterbacks at the top of the draft, Caleb Williams, Drake May, etc.
JJ McCarthy.
No.
Yeah.
He should stay
2
in
for
school.
1 with
He should
Jim
stay in
Harbaugh.
school.
Yeah.
No, I don't want a head coach with their mouth agape coaching in the city.
I think you
Anyway,
might get both of them.
is this the last game for Justin Fields as a Bear?
Well, I hope it's not. And the reason I feel that way is not because I think that he is necessarily like the greatest quarterback in the world. I think there's a lot of his game that needs to improve. I also think it would improve with a coordinator that goes all in on who Justin Fields is as a quarterback. But you want to know who is all in on Justin Fields? It's about everybody in that locker room. Like everybody you talk to, everybody in the media talks about that's the guy they want to fight for. That's the guy they rally around. They love him. And I don't know why you would disrupt that for a rookie who might not even be good. Because he was a rookie once upon a time with a ton of promise before people tried to say that he wasn't going to be good. Like, let's let this thing play itself out here. Pick up his option and go.
Give him some time. Look at the chemistry he's built with DJ Moore there and those playmakers, and give him a wide receiver in this upcoming draft. Whether it's Marv, whether it's Rome, get him another guy there for that offense. He builds some confidence. We're starting to see it down the stretch of this season. No, don't get rid of him yet.
Couldn't have said it any better myself. Y'all, also, they don't have to make a decision for 2 seasons if they really didn't want to, right?
Yeah.
So
It's
they
too
got
premature.
time. They got time. All right, a guy we've talked about a lot here. One, Bill Belichick has had a rough year with the Patriots, but things have started to turn maybe a little bit in the last couple of weeks. Is this his last game on the sidelines in New England?
You still Outback Steakhouse with your boy?
Oh, yeah, taking him out back.
All right. I agree. I think it's
Cue the
time.
music and the fade from Bill.
Not the fade. Damn, bro.
But no, like if the video faded into the
Dang.
screen.
Wow.
Now I'm running him the fade. I'm not doing that.
It's like the Obit.
Yeah.
But he should
Yikes.
go out on his own. Like, I think he will leave, but it should be his choice, and I think it will be his choice.
I don't think-
Just take a step back.
I don't know if it
Go
should
retire.
be his choice.
It doesn't work that way.
They're gonna make it his choice. He has done nice fade by
I
the way.
love the fade.
He's done a lot for the Patriots.
He has.
yes.
And he deserves to make that decision to take a step back.
No, but
and retire.
sometimes you still think you got gas in the tank when you don't.
Yeah, that's a problem.
But I think the writing's on the wall. I think he wants to leave.
I don't know if coaches feel that way.
He should want to leave. You should want to leave, Bill. And you should go and retire
Goodbye,
and get a
Bill.
beach house somewhere in Costa Rica. And you should have yourself a nice little beach cocktail, get a nice tan.
Why are you trying to get him to live your dream?
You got the bread to do it.
You're right. That would be nice.
All right.
Maybe it's his dream too.
Do we have time for Devontae Adams?
Yeah,
I
let's
think
go.
we do. All right, Devontae Adams still has a few years left on his contract, but he did request a trade midseason. That never happened, and Josh McDaniels got fired. He was very happy about that. Antonio Pierce has gotten his support. So, is this his swan song with the Raiders or no?
I
I struggle with this one because I think he likes Pierce.
Yes.
And if they screw that thing up, then he's definitely gone. Okay, so let's say they get the Pierce thing right. Are we sure that he loves Aiden O'Connell as a quarterback? Are we sure that he would want to catch passes from some snot-nosed rookie? Are we convinced that he would be okay with that?
You can't just throw, like, I understand where you're getting at there. I don't think Aiden is the guy, but he's a lot happier. You could tell the change, like, on his face, on the sidelines when they change head coaches. If they, like you said, if they get it right, they bring Pierce back, I think he stays.
I'm with you, Brooke. I understand JP's point because if I'm an all-pro, arguably the best receiver in the game, do I want the quarterback of my team to be the guy who didn't throw a pass for 3 quarters? I do not. However, I think maybe some of the young kids in this draft already have a higher floor than Aiden O'Connell. You also don't know what moves they could make. And Jimmy G could come back even though Jimmy G didn't look that great. So I think they have options here. I do think he looks happier than he's looked in his time in Vegas. I think they'll do the right thing. I don't think this is the end of
Let me just ask this one question before we move on. I know we got to be quick. But are you telling me basically that you think he's okay with not playing for a contender?
I didn't say that.
I think that's what they're going to be if they don't
Look
have.
where they're at with Aiden O'Connell.
They are not winning a Super Bowl.
There's rookies that have made their teams contenders.
Look at
Rookie
Russ,
quarterbacks.
his first year in Seattle.
It's not impossible, and there's good enough quarterbacks in this class.
This is a good
make it happen.
conversation.
Are there?
Last but not least, down in
I
Tennessee,
think so. Maybe.
we might be seeing a double swan song, Derrick Henry and Mike Vrabel. But let's focus on Derrick Henry here because over the last couple of all seasons, it's been, he's on the hot seat, he's on the trading block, yet he stays in Nashville. Is this the end for Derrick Henry?
He might
Cue the swan
hang
song.
it up himself.
Cue the swan song. It's time.
Hit the fade.
One way or another, he's out of there.
Yeah.
How sad.
Oh,
I mean, he's been very vocal about it.
We see Mike
You know,
Vrabel
this is-
really quickly. I don't know if he's gone. I do think of the two, I would take Henry out before Vrabel.
I don't disagree with that.
Although Henry is that entire offense.
I think there's a lot of organizational alignment things that need to go right next year for Vrabel to really save his job, but I'm not fully done with him.
I actually also think he's a really good coach, but that was fun. All right, time for our final timeout here on the Clubhouse. When we come back, we're breaking down one of the worst sports takes we've heard in a while. Stick around.
All right, listen, there's a lot of bad sports takes, so sometimes we got to call them out. And pardon the interruption, discussed Caitlin Clark yesterday saying that she could have to take a pay cut in the WNBA. They specifically mentioned the NIL money Clark is making at Iowa. So, listen, Joshua, I'm going to let you start with this one. What do you think?
So what is NIL money? Name, image, and likeness. When you get an endorsement, a company is using your name, image, and likeness to promote their product. Who was getting endorsements before college athletes? Oh, the professional athletes were. So you're telling me that Caitlin Clark can get endorsements, but now will also have a base salary? Sounds mathematically like more money to me. And listen, here's the thing about Caitlin Clark is what she does is a viral moment. You don't have to be watching the game to appreciate what she does, because when she hits that logo 3, it's going straight up on Twitter. That following ain't disappearing. People, their appetite for that is always going to be there. She is a moneymaker regardless of what level she's playing at. That's crazy.
Yeah, we just let him cook.
You made really good points. You made really good points. I don't know if we have time for me to give mine, but
and I don't think we need to. That was really good, Joshua.
Get that off
We're going
my
to use
chest.
these last few seconds to wish our guy Russell Dorsey a happy trip.
The swan song.
There to
might not be
Europe.
back.
coming back. Don't play this music for me. Y'all trying to say something?
They might
Y'all
be.
don't want me back?
They might be.
That's crazy.